We're back, everybody. We have the second map of the Mercury League Finals, as it's Coastline now. And Lavish, almost Lavish, pardon me. Kind of funny to refer to them as Lavish Gaming, though it's technically the same thing, is now defending on Coastline. They started off this series defending on Clubhouse, if I remember correctly. Now they're defending on Coastline, so this time odds are stacked against them in terms of starting side. We should usually expect a 3-3 or 4-2 split in favor of the attack. This is Coastline. As I just said, very frag-heavy map. It's not really about getting walls open. That's why there's a Nomad ban instead of a Thatch ban. Nomad is sort of the standard support ban from the defending team. So I'm not really surprised to see it. She's very strong on flank watch. It's just going to be up to... It's really just going to be up to these two teams to just win gunfights. And based on the last game, I think that it might go the way of Beyond Reality. You know, last game, Beyond was man down. They had to play a 5v4. They lost, I think, 7-5. I might be wrong on that. It might have been an 8-6 or an 8-7. All I know is that it is almost guaranteeable that the defending team this game, Blood Wolves Lavish, picked up that first map win. Caleb, hi. Not much is up. I just got back on stream. My game crashed twice in the custom, because if you haven't realized this yet, Caleb, if two players leave, whoever rejoins, even if they were on the defending team, if both Lavish, right here, this Lavish, and Gamer leave, even if Lavish rejoins first, he's going to be in the spot that Gamer was on. So he's going to be on the wrong team. So we had to realize because that happened, because of the 4v5. And then my game crashed twice, so they just decided to play the last parts of that first map uncasted. Anyways, the rest of the bands are a mix of really strange and very normal, which is weird for me to say. You have the Jackal and Valkyrie bands from Beyond Reality, which are two very meta bands. Nothing wrong with sticking to the status quo. It's to be expected. That's what I would normally see. Is the Valkyrie, very strong intel operator with a nitro or an impact, if I remember correctly. And on the other side, Jackal, very strong for that roam clear, does provide some good intel as well as a very nice kit in terms of the fact that he has a secondary shotgun, C70, which is still, even though it lost some mag size, it's still one of the strongest assault rifles in the game, and the fact that he has smokes or claymore. As you can see, very classic billiards and hookah hold here from Beyond Reality. The only weird thing here is the fact that wall is soft. I don't know why they've left it soft. They have enough reinforcements to afford to reinforce it. Just don't really understand why they have opted out of it. A Gamer will fall there for the first kill of this match. Danny, as the Jaeger, going to pick up that frag. Strangely enough, it's a very passive hold here from Lavish. Wouldn't really expect that from them. Would really expect them to be running closer to just two roamers, as Danny will take some damage there, courtesy of Thano there as the gridlock. Might have to deal, however, with the Melusi of Mesa still on the roam, who's going to actually be behind them. Takes down one, and Venom will be traded out by Thano for a 3v3, pardon me. 3v2 now as Tom takes down Lavish. GZ, and bringing it back to this two-man advantage, this one-man advantage, pardon me, for Blood Wolves Lavish. Not Blood Wolves Lavish. Beyond Reality. Pardon me, I'm getting these teams messed up because I think they've actually swapped colors now. Danny will take down Killer Tom here. He's going to keep it in an even numbers situation. He'll get another one there on Thano. It's up to just Trippy here. As the Ash does have a good amount of time, has the ability to get the diffuser. He will pick it up rather predictably, and looks for potentially a win here, and will be shut out there by Danny getting the second kill of this round. His second kill of this round, and now it's 1-0 here. Very quick. Anyways, very quick first round there. I mean, there was, what, a minute left? 55 seconds? And the round ended. And as a result, you know, I think that that's going to be sort of the tone set of that last round. We're going to see a lot of frags, as to be expected, and we're going to see rounds that don't take up the full 3 minutes. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just how it's going to be, it seems, for these teams.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Attackers have located a bomb. Bomb located by attackers.
Anyways. Hello, welcome back everybody. It's just really... There's a weird story behind all this, but we're live again. Map 2 in this Best of 5 series. Yes, it's been 2 hours. Almost 2.5 hours, and we're not even through with Map 2. That's how long Map 1 took, because we had to wait, both for this map and for the last map, for people to join. There was a rehost, there was, what, 2 rehosts? Something like that. Now, kitchen and service hold here from Logos Lavish. I'm not too surprised to see it in play. It's a very meta site progression from them. Going to hookah and now going here. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just how they're playing this. As you can see now, that'll be actually the ADS as well as the barbed. They're right on that window. Burns. This wasn't a Rudy Surya gate. That was a lot of utility that they dedicated to try and hold that window. And they still have the Surya gate. You know, it's an indestructible piece of utility, which I think is a bit unfair. I feel like you should be able to destroy it if it's thatch charged, at least. But it's going to still allow them some measure of potentially denying that window, pardon me. There's no walls currently really being denied. I guess you could say this wall right here, considering it's reinforced, but they don't bring mute. They don't have electric. They have electric available. There's no kite ban. But I don't think that that's what they're really looking to do, and admittedly that's not a major thing on this map, is getting those walls. It's sure it's nice to get that billiards wall. It's nice to have that service wall open, because it helps you push players around, but really it's more so about getting the frags, and that results in the plant. Draco's going to take a lot of damage there as Thanos jumped in. Obviously doesn't have any drones anymore, still holding down the corner of Kitchen as Daddy will take him out. Brings it back to an even number situation there, spots the Havana there of Killer Tom. Just playing really aggressively on that window. Don't know how effective that's going to be. How safe that's going to be, as he will fall at the hands of Lavish GZ. There might have been a run out from him, I believe so, considering that window was open. Now, Danny will get a double kill on the Trippy's World, and even though it's a 5v5, it's still looking like a really strong showing so far. Strong opening rally here for Logos Lavish. Venom will get another frag there the second in this round as he'll take out Ugly Eagle. He has vertical here, he has angles, but he's outnumbered and he's running low on time. They do have the diffuser, but the 2 players that remain for Logos Lavish, not Logos Lavish, pardon me. Now 2 players remain for Logos Lavish. Seems Lavish is GZ down. Pardon me, I should probably specify that. I really wish his name wasn't Lavish GZ when his team is called Logos Lavish. 1v2 gamer will take down Amai, and Danny frags him out, gets the trade, gets the round here as they look to actually start a side sweep, potentially. They'll likely be going next to double bar, as I refer to it, or just bars. You understand what I'm saying. Strangely enough, a Thatch in play here from Killer Tom. I don't exactly understand why they're bringing the Thatcher here for Beyond Reality. They don't have a hard reach. They also have a secondary, or already have a secondary support in Gamer Check, so I'll actually switch to the hard support. And they're going to be playing Penthouse Theater. I don't understand it.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
This is...
defused by attackers.
Most teams don't play this map, this site. Admittedly, good amount of time it's because they don't get the opportunity to. You know, they don't have to go to their tertiary site. But still, I don't understand why teams play this objective. It's a bit stronger now, considering that they've added this outside wall. I'd say it's a bit stronger for the defense compared to before, where it was just a big window, so it was even harder to hold. Besides that, they haven't really altered the site.
10 seconds left.
You know, they might have changed how a couple small items look, but they didn't really do a whole lot with this section of the map. And they did a mini rework. I don't believe they've actually reworked this map before. I might be wrong on that. I know that they also changed, in other words, they've changed this section of the roof there, so I believe you can actually get up to the roof from that side. I might be wrong. I know that they did some sort of change in that mechanic. As now, looking at the line of these two teams, it's relatively standard. You know, bringing the Thatch and Ace makes sense, considering that they're going to be looking to get this wall open. That's how they're going to really collapse this hold, because on Pent and Theater, really the only good way to hold this site is by falling back into Pent and holding longer angles, because you can't really hold it from Pent. That big window there pretty much shuts out anybody trying to anchor in Penthouse. Even just a frag grenade would pretty much clear out that entire area. As the Goyo shield there burnt by members of Beyond Reality, they've gotten the wall open. They used a Thatcher and an Ace charge, and they got it open. Now they just have to continue the pressure. Lavish on the other side is running a really sort of unique lineup here. They have a mix of drone denial with Dracos. They have I don't really know what to consider her. I guess a strong anchor or a sort of flex player, and Ugly Eagle with the Thunderbird. Just always a nicety, really, is having those heals with the Kona stations, and then obviously Denial, very standard. Don't know why Mesa still has 2 bandit charges on him. He'll actually spot the Ash there, takes him out, despite being spotted before he got, before the Ash spotted by him. Killer Tom and Venom, however, get 2 frags. Venom gets a double kill. He's now on the objective, and this site has collapsed. Lavish, GZ, and Mason need to make a retake now. Lavish is down. Mace is the last one left. He's going to look for a Nitro. Sends a Nitro around. Looks for a kill. He'll get one there onto Venom. But the damage has been done. They're down pretty much on a 3v1 here. Mace is the last one left. His teammate is down, providing him with some intel, obviously. So he knows where Thano is. Will down him. It's a 2v1 at this point. Post-plant, though. So needs to get the defuse. We'll look to revive Lavish. We'll get that up. It's now a 2v2, essentially. Even up situation. As Thano is finished off there by Lavish. You see 3k from him. Goyo, however, fragged there by Killer Tom. Mesa will get a quad kill of his own on Gamer Check. Just Killer Tom and Gamer Check. And a post plant. Killer Tom needs to hold down the site, needs to hold down this VIP area for just about 13 more seconds, closer to 10 at this point. Mesa needs to get on the defuse, get this done quickly. Might be looking to fake it. Killer Tom going to push forward. Free fires, gets the kill and the round for Beyond Reality, who will pick their first round win up here. 1-2. So, we have another Hookah Billiards hold here from Blood Wolves Lavish. Strangely enough, they're bringing a Clash. That's going to be a 6-pick, almost guaranteeably, probably to a Bandit or a Kaid. I'm just glad to see a Kaid in play. You don't really have to be bringing Kaid on this map. It's like I was trying to say earlier. Hard Breach and Electric or Mute, if you wanted to play Mute for Wall Denial, is a nicety.
Defenders, protect
You
your
don't
bombs from being defused
have
by
to have the Thermite or the Ace. But if you have the Thermite and the Ace, and you can get Billiard's wall open, you can pressure Billiard's side. If you get this wall open here in the hallway, you can put some pressure on anybody playing Vase. All cool vibes. You know, on Kitchen and Service, if you get the Service wall open, you can pressure anybody out of Service, and same with this section of Kitchen wall, you can take anybody out of Pantry. But you don't necessarily have to do that. If you win the gunfight, that's what matters. I'd say it's unlike other maps in that the Hard Breach and the Electric, obviously it's to prevent those from happening, isn't a very important part of your lineup. On other maps, you know, on Oregon or on Clubhouse, which we just saw Clubhouse, or on Cafe, the Hard Breach and the Hard Breach Denial are integral to your lineup. on this map, they're sort of that extra slot. If you wanted to consider it, And the other thing is that because hard breach is just an additional operator, really, it's not really the necessary part of your lineup. Because of that, the hard breach is never somebody that has a weak loadout, if you wanted to consider it that way. You know, you'll very rarely see. First of all, it's not super common. I would say it's not really, really rare, but it's not terribly common for you to have a hard breach on this map. And second of all, it's even more uncommon for teams to have a therm as their hard breach. Most teams will play the Habana or the Ace because they have strong guns. Occasionally you'll see Maverick, but he doesn't really provide as good hard breach, even though he does have a strong weapon. Mesa is taken out there, bringing it to a 5v4 man advantage, actually in favor here of Beyond Reality. I believe this is second or third round where they've actually had a man advantage. It's been really helpful for them, unlike the last game where they pretty much always started off the rounds with a man disadvantage, being in that 4v5. Now they actually have a lead here in terms of man count, in terms of manpower, which will allow them to keep up the pressure. They have the ability to now potentially just trade out the rest of the round, though it's not really how you want to be playing. It's not an ideal modus operandi, but it's possible. So you see Kotam going to be playing a bit aggressive here as the Thatcher. Don't know why. He still has all his utility. They've gotten the wall they need to get. He's just going to take a good amount of damage there. They're looking to just push into the VIP side, from the VIP side, onto the objective. Very standard push in response to a very standard hold. You know, you have utility there covering cool vibes. You have a bit of utility on this hallway. Dracos will fall at the answer. Gamer check as he'll actually take Zed's side. He'll look to push forward here. You can see he does get a double kill, doing strong work on the entry here. And they're going to be continuing the push here. All they're doing is just throwing out EMP charges. Stanley going to take a good amount of damage there. The hands of the Ash of Beyond Reality. Lavish, the other one left. Lavish GZ to specify. Kotam going to look for the plant now as they have taken pretty much the objective. 3K from Gamertech. Looks to avoid potentially. Kotam will get the plant down there, and that's going to be a trade quickly. Trippy takes down one, but an almost ace from Gamercheck earns another round here for Beyond Reality, going up now to 2-2. Very quick tie-up as the teams have pretty much just traded 2-round rallies there. Good positioning here for both teams in terms of round count, in terms of man count. They've clearly started to dial in on how to exploit the weaknesses of the other teams, if that makes sense. You know, how to take advantage, and that's the important part, is that they're managing to do this. So that they're finally understanding a good way to counterplay against the other team, and you know, they're making improvements. This has been unlike the last map, which admittedly it was pretty close, but I would say it was only close because of just absolute absurdity from both ends. And this map is actually being played well, and because of that, this is looking like an actually good game now between the two finalists here for Season 1 of Mercury League.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Now, as you can see, it's the same hold here, essentially. I don't believe a single operator has actually changed in this lineup over the 3 rounds that they've run it. They're 1-1 on this objective. They have a 50% win rate, or success rate if you want to consider it that way. They need to improve that now to 66.6 repeating if you really wanted to get down to brass tacks in terms of the numbers. They really need here to pick up another round. They need at least 3. They can't really afford to go down in a 4-2, considering how Beyond Reality is looking right now. What they really need to focus on for them is to focus on, for Beyond Reality, they need to focus on keeping the pressure up. For Blood Wolves Lavish on the other side, the defending team, they really need to just pick up one more round here. You know, they need this side win. This seems to be their strongest side. If it's not, I don't know why they're continuing to play it. You know, if they lose here, they're probably going to go to Kitchen next. That's what I would predict, but I'm not 100% sure. Beyond going for a pretty by-the-book hold. Venom will take down Dracos. Actually, takes him out from below. I might be wrong on that, but removing both of the players on the hookah side in a minute. And now Ugly Eagle, Mesa's gone, and Danny are all off site. It's a 5v3, and the site has just been lost in a minute. What is going on here with Lavish? They have most of their team was off site. Nobody was there to stop the push. They just was literally 2 quick frags, and they've taken the objective. Gamercheck still is not on the objective. Otherwise, this would be a very quick end of the round here. 3K from Thano, and now Danny's the last one left, facing the entirety of Beyond Reality. It's a bit of a tables turning moment here, as now, remember, Bloodwill's Lavish is the last one left against the entirety of Beyond Reality. Last map, it was the opposite way. There's at least 2 rounds there where Beyond Reality member was against the entirety of Bloodwill's Lavish, and Obey gets a very quick, flawless round there. It's now 3-2, and this has been a strong half so far, and it will continue seemingly for Beyond Reality. Anyways, on to the next round here. On to the final round of this first half, as it's looking like it's going to be a 4-2 split here in favor of Beyond Reality. As I said, Draco's and Bloodwill's Lavish have switched actually to Kitchen and Service. They're going to look to pick up around here. Technically, they are going back to sites where they're undefeated. Admittedly, they've only played this round once. Played this site once, pardon me. But they could certainly change that. They're going to need to pick up one more round here if they want to get an even half, which is the goal really on this map for defenders, is to get a 4-2 split, or at least have a 4-2 half if you're playing defense in the second half. Obviously, Sundance needs to do a bit better than that if you were lacking a bit on your attacking half and you're switching to defense. It's going to really depend here. It's going to be up to truly their ability to win gunfights. You know, they need to win gunfights, and they need to be communicating. I think that's a problem here, is that they're not communicating, coordinating. Trippy takes down Mesa, and now there's 1 player on site. It's a 5v4. They haven't finished reinforcing the objective. I don't know why they reinforced those 2 walls. They still have 2 walls left to reinforce. Don't know where they'd want to put those. But it's essentially a 1v2 on site. You know, there's obviously some players that aren't playing on the objective now, as you can see, as that's Ugly Eagle going to rotate back to near the objective. He's not really on the site here, but he's still closer to the objective than before. It's going to really be up to just Draco's here. Can he hold the site? That's the question. Trippy gets a double kill on Ugly Eagle, takes down the player over on Sunrise. That's going to be... that's almost the end of the half here. It's going to be really difficult now for Danny and Lavish to make a comeback here. They're holding areas that are off-site, but they're not holding the objective. They've lost the objective this quickly because they didn't call players back to site, pardon me, off the roam. So Tom looks for a frag here. Venom gets a kill there onto Lavish as Tom gets the plant, pardon me, not the frag. Danny's the last one left. 1 versus all again for him in the post-plant. I think he might just try and hide the entire plant phase. Or the entire post-plant, pardon me. They didn't coordinate. That was the reason why they lost this round. Almost guaranteed that they lost this round. The reason being that there goes Venom taking down Danny, as they lost. They had 2 players on the site. First of all, you don't really want to have 2 players on the objective. Second of all, they lost one of those players really early, without even getting any major damage onto Beyond Reality, and then they didn't call back any roamers in a 4v5, where you literally lost the 5th round, the round before that, on that same premise of losing your site really early. On that exact same premise, they lost the man advantage. They didn't call the roamers back. So it was essentially a 1v4, 1v3, however you want to consider it, on the objective. And then they somehow expected the same result. I don't understand it. Why? It's confusing. There's no point to having that many roamers. Because Beyond Reality, they just pushed site. They realized they sort of did counterplay to an extent. You know, they They saw there was 3 roamers. They just pushed site. They got the kill.
Attackers
That's
need
what
to
they're
locate and
seem to be good at now, and the
bomb.
X factor is the fact that they have Gamer here as their 5th. You know, the rest of their lineup is pretty much the same. But now that they have that 5th, they're allowed to bring these extra operators, which are helping flesh out their attacks, fleshing out their defenses, hopefully, as well as, you know, an additional player to trade additional 2 drones, an extra gun. It's really helping them here. That's what's allowing them this fortitude advantage. That plus the fact that they were on attack on coastline, which, you know, since it's a gun fest, and most of the time the attackers have stronger guns than the defenders,
Attackers have discovered the
yeah, it's to be
location of a
expected.
bomb. 10 seconds to
You know.
insertion.
I'm not too surprised.
5 seconds to go. Attackers are moving.
Looking at the scoreboard at half, on the same topic, 5-5-8-4-4, 7-5-2-0-1. Comparing the amount of frags the two teams have, it's 15 versus... What is this? 26. So there's an 11 more kills on the side of Beyond than on the side of Blood Wolves Lavish, and 2 extra rounds. So about every 5 kills, or an entire lineup, has resulted in an extra round here for Blood Wolves, not Blood Wolves, Beyond Reality. As you can see, very standard hold here. It's similar hold to what we saw actually from Blood Wolves Lavish. Not the exact same as Lavish usually takes down Trippy, removing the player below the objective, potentially denying some vertical as well. Could have gotten a Nitro to stop a plant there, but giving the man advantage towards the defending team, towards the attacking team, pardon me, former defending team. Thano will take down Ugly Eagle, and there goes Dracos with a frag onto Thano. They've managed to open up that billiards wall. That's something that there was not a whole lot of emphasis on from Beyond Reality, and now Draco's can actually end a frag off it, as well as Danny getting a kill of his own onto Bay Venom. Moving the top frag there of Beyond Reality is going to make this round even harder. It's not to mention the fact that they're in a 2v4 with half the round remaining, and they've pretty much lost the objective. No Time needs to do some excellent work here on that smoke. Needs to stop the momentum here, stop the bleeding. Lavish, however, gets the double kills. Gamercheck will get a frag of its own onto Downy Boy. It's really up to just the Thunderbird off-site. Bit of a rehash of what we saw originally from them, as this is going to be another round there. A very quick round, and the momentum has suddenly shifted. He's changed at half. Blood Wolves Lavish seems to be trying to get control back. Obviously, it's not guaranteed. This could just be a farcical 1 round off for them. For Beyond Reality, this could just be a bit of a mistake there, but I'm not exactly sure. They're going to be hoping that it was just a simple farce of a round, but we'll have to see if Blood Wolves Lavish can capitalize here. If they can successfully get back to a 4-4, back to time.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb. Bomb located by attackers.
Deploying magnet. Stay clear of ADS line of fire. Less about grenades now. We're prepared.
On to the next round, onto a kitchen service hold here from Beyond Realities. They're bringing, strangely enough, a castle. Not normal or meta, really, on this site. It was bringing the castle. Don't know what exactly they're going to be looking to do with it. If we take a look at the barricades that they've set, they have set seemingly 1 on that bathroom door, pardon me. I don't know. I think that there's a window on bathroom. As you can see, they have 1 on-site window there, as that will actually be cleared out by Mesa at the cost of a quarter of his utility, 1 of his Artero charges. He still has plenty left, but I don't know if that's exactly the strongest choice, considering that they have Ugly Eagle with breach charges. I don't feel like you need to waste a solid amount of your primary utility on a breach, on castle barricade. As you can see, there's another one right here, allowing some more aggressive play potentially on this section of the service side of the site, and then obviously the last one here, right around sunrise, right on that blue door. Don't know exactly what that's going to be doing for them. I think it's going to allow them to play a bit more safely in this hallway here, right outside court, maybe into sort of bottom cool. As Trippy will fall at the hands of Ugly Eagle, as he's going to continue to push here. He's pretty much on the objective. I mean, if he had defuse, he could look for a plant now. I don't know why he would, but a Nitro will go out there from Gamer Check. Does not get him the frag. He actually just gets him killed there. Double kill from Ugly Eagle as Dano will get it run onto Danny Boy. He's going to just hold the objective here. Lavish GZ looking for the plant now, and this is not a great spot here for Beyond Reality. 2v4 now. Mesa will take down Obey Venom, and Killer Tom finished off by Mesa for a very quick double kill as the Flores just continues to proliferate off of that main side. Dano, the last one left here, looking to get a clutch. Needs to get 4 kills and a defuse here for his team. Just trying to get something to happen. They realize where he is now. They're just going to peek him, swing from Mesa, gets them the 3rd kill and the round here. It's now 4-4. We've seen a comeback here from Little's Lavish. They can keep the momentum up. They can get that same run that we saw from Tom and the rest of Beyond Reality. Then they could be eyeing match point. They would be on 6-4, assuming that it ends up being uninterrupted there. It's gonna really just be up to. It's going to be up to these two teams to win their gunfights, win early frags especially, and not to let the other team take the objective, if you're on defense in that sense. You know, we've seen, well now, I'd say 3 rounds over the past 4 have involved, in the rather early stages of the round, have involved the attack taking, or at least one attacker, taking control of an objective. I mean, that was what happened in the last round. I feel that Beyond got a bit too cocky. You know, they had maybe 2 players on the objective. I feel that 2 is too few for this site, especially if you have players that are seriously roaming. It's not enough. Unless those roamers are willing to fall back in the case that you lose an anchor, which you shouldn't be losing an anchor in the first minute. You should not be having one of your anchors die. But that's been the common thread here, is that the team that loses the objective loses the first frag, and they lose one of their anchors as that first frag. They need to not have that anchor die, and they need them to have them not be the first person to die, because that is what is costing them the round here. Is that fact?
Bomb located by attackers.
So you can see now a second kitchen service attempt here from Beyond Reality, running the same lineup, it appears. Might have been a style change. I think they have changes to who's playing who, as well as the fact that Thanos now bringing a Vigil instead of a Mozzie, but they're still bringing drone denial, or intel denial in that sense. Just instead of trying to stop drones and potentially convert them, it's just about making sure drones don't see you with that Vigil. Using the ERC7, sometimes it's pronounced phonetically, the Urk on a very unrelated note here. On a more related note, as you can see, a very classic just service and kitchen push here from outside from Little's Lavish. They're going to continue to just pressure from the doorway and from that kitchen window. They have 2 players over there, or at least for a moment they didn't know. They've had somebody rotate away, but the damage has been done really. Both of these teams taking small hits here. As you know, it's just positioning in this early round. Nobody really able to get the edge here, as nobody's given up a first frag, and I think there might have been a lesson learned from Beyond Reality that stopped themselves from giving up the early pick. So they do actually get the early pick here, opening frag onto the Twitch, removing some drone or gadget denial, really. Gonna let them ease up on what they have remaining, those ADSs, those Malusi Banshees. Maybe Venom takes down Lavish there, and we'll have to see if they can get some more on these frags. They now have a 2-man advantage. Should be able to ease up here. Should be able to just simply hold angles and wait this out. They have about a minute left to run out there. Rather aggressive from Killer Tom. Don't know why he's playing this aggressively. He's smoked with 2 smokes left and a minute in the round. You don't need to play that aggressive. Oh my god, he spawns the Ash there of the Eagle. Will be killed there, courtesy of a pincer from Mesa. Why? You just gave up your... You almost gave up your man advantage. You know, closed it by a good amount. And gave up 20 seconds of push denial. For what? You wasted 10 seconds. Ooh. Hello, Awesome, as well as Hope. 4v2, Thano takes down Illegal, get a run out there, and now the man advantage is still back to 2 players here for Beyond Reality. They're going to continue to put pressure here on Bloodwolves Lavish as they have about 20 seconds to burn. It's going to most likely be another round here for Beyond Reality as they've finally figured out the recipe here. They've gotten enough frags and they've wasted enough time that at this point it's just going to be another round here. Congrats to Mesa on an unrelated note, as well as to Venom on getting 10 kills each for reaching double digits. Just, I don't know how effective that will be for them going forward. For Bloodwolves Lavish, what they currently have in place seems to not be working all that effectively. You know, it's a round advantage again here for GamerCheck and the rest of Beyond Reality. They just need to keep the pressure up. They need to get 2 more rounds here. They need to put it away. Sure, one of them is in there saying, let's put it away. Keep the energy up, keep the pressure up. That should be their goal here. That's what they need to do in the latter half of this, the latter portion of the second half. Since we're in that part where the rounds really matter here. Where decisions can really affect the match. You know, in the first half of the game, until you reach like round 5, where if you're really down, that's when everything matters. But let's be honest, that's true pretty much universally. You know, up until that point, it's not a whole lot that I can say. It's not like there's a big deal about it. But if you make a mistake here, if you mess up, it's going to cost you pretty dearly. Unless your team manages to make it up, to make some recovery, that's going to potentially cost you the game. It's going to certainly make the later half of this map really difficult. As you can see now, a penthouse hold here, as neither team wants to play Sunrise and Blue. I don't understand it. Neither side is good, but I feel that the 2 bars are the better 2 evils. There. I think that's a good way to put it. And hello, I don't even know. As you can see, they're bringing Amira a bit of a departure from what we saw actually played by Bloodwolves Lavish, and Lavish is going to be looking to just clear this out. I mean, they have enough utility burn for that. They have obviously the Ace. They have an Ash here with breach charges. They have 4 Ratero charges. Then they have a twist there to get rid of some ADSs and some other small items. Not to mention the fact that they have a Nitro kill will take out Lavish GZ from Trippy. Actually, might cost him his life. He'll certainly have to move around due to that mirror almost being Ratero'd there. Mesa could very well take out that other mirror. As you can see, it's on soft wall, which there's downsides and upsides to that. There's a Twitch going to be rolling in, tries to get that down, but has no drones left. He's used all 3 of them on what? They haven't even gotten a kill off of it. It was smart play there from Trippy to put the Nitro on that castle barricade, obviously sacrificed it, but in doing so got them the man advantage here, which is going to really give them a strong position on the round. Mesa will fall in hands of Obey Venom. And there's the top frag as well as the Flores takes a lot of damage now. Ugly Eagle will take brought down to probably 45 as Daniel will get a kill of his own onto Venom, trades his teammate out, but at this point, you know, removing your top frag is not a great spot for them to be in. Illegal to take down 1, damn, and he gets another kill there. And now it's a 2v3. Trippy and Gamer took the last 2 left here, trying to hold down Theater, and to effect also going to be trying to hold down the rest of the objective. Trippy will fall there. Actually, this time he will. Danny gets a 4K, takes down the Castle of Gamer, and then Trippy in very short succession. Pretty much just cleared out all of Beyond Reality, and that's the round. 5-5 now. We're reaching a really important spot here, these last few rounds of regulation time. Whichever team wins this next round gets guaranteed overtime for themselves, so they get a safety net. They also get their first shot and picking up this map here. For Bloodwolves Lavish, I believe that means that they'd be bringing it up to 2-0. They move to series point. For the other team, for Beyond Reality, that would mean bringing it back to 1-1 and guaranteeing at least a map 4 here. Is there a way both teams can lose? No. You might wish that there was a way both teams could lose, but no, there's not. I'm sorry. One or the other, Creative. Hi, Gills. Since Gills is just joining. On a really unrelated note, sorry to hear about what happened with Euphoria. But hey, it is what it is. That's life. Yes. Just unfortunate kills.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Anyways, back to hookah and billiards here for Beyond Reality. This is the site that they had won, I believe, to get them around here, to get them to this 5th round. Technically, if they both get DQ'd, I mean, technically, but I really doubt that they would allow that to happen. First of all, and second of all, I don't know how both teams could get DQ'd.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
I don't. It doesn't make sense. Like what? A lot of those Lavish here are going to be seemingly going for a very classic push onto that hookah balk. You know, playing the window, potentially clearing out anybody below. In this case, it's going to be Obey Venom below. Might actually have a run out prepped onto that window there, which would be pretty smart considering that a lot of teams like to play that window. I don't think he's going to be looking for that really, but he certainly could try for it. As you can see now, most of Lavish is pushing the side, and obviously you still have the ace there. He's just going to be looking to set up a wall open. And potentially pressure out, and be playing on that billiard side. Dano, at the cost of most of his health there, will take down the Eagle, and might be the beginning of the end for this round for Little's Lavish. Obviously, never say never, but fighting off a 5v4 here has not been a strength of either team, really. It seems as though most of the time, the team that gets the first frag wins the round. You know, obviously, not every time, but that is the commonality. As Thano will look for a stim there, a thatch grenade, an EMP will go out to remove some of this utility here. Looking to potentially set the Rotero back up, and it will. It'll also take out that mute jammer, but don't know why they sent in so much utility for it. That's going to be the final Rotero. Pardon me, the second Rotero. That is the last Rotero there. And that's going to actually send Mesa out trivia with a Nitro there. Playing really aggressively does pay off as it's a second frag here. Looks for another potentially. Spots one, and Lavish GZ punishes him for his over-aggression there. It'll really be up to those Lavish to get on the objective, get a plant down, get this round. They did bring it a bit closer here, and now that they're on a 4v3, you can see Danny aware that Thanos on that flank. That might actually be Killer Tom, and now Dracos will pick off Killer Tom, the Mozzie off the board now. As it's just up to the remaining members of Unreality to take some frags here, to take this round, and take their match point. Gamercheck and Venom will get frags. It's up to just Dracos to get 3 kills to get around here. He'll take down Thano. He's a third of the way there. He is on the objective. He has 50 seconds. He does not have the diffuser, though. Don't know if they're going to push him. They will. Obey Venom gets the kill and the round here. That's going to be 6-5 now. So we have the first match point of this second map. It's time to leave them on to new things. Maybe you'll see me in a 2-team in the future. I hope so. I hope so, Gills. Said you're back to BW kills. That would be funny. Anyways. We have sort of a do-or-die moment for this map for Little's Lavish. Obviously, they should have a safety net in the fact that they have the first map, but they really need to focus now on getting this final round here to push it into overtime, to give themselves the second chance here. But it's going to be difficult. They're going now to have to attack on this objective. They're 1-on-1 on this site, so it's not guaranteed. It's not still the odds are against them, but the odds are not in favor. That's the Insanity game later? Maybe. I'm gonna say maybe. I'm not 100% sure because I don't know how long this game is gonna go. Or if they're gonna want me to cast the full series. You know, the fact that it's been 3 hours and we're not even done with 2 maps is really disheartening.
5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Pardon the silence, folks, but 45 seconds in, Trippy's out of the round. It's a 5v4 now, as this is going to be a good opening here. Good opportunity now for Little's Lavish to pick up another frag. That's going to be Danny this time onto Thano. Moving the Jaeger, bringing this even closer. Another step closer to overtime here for the attacking team now. As you can see, they're going to just keep the pressure up, keep this push going, keep the momentum going, really, for them. As you can tell now, that's going to be the ace charge there on that Turkish wall. Actually impacted, but still, they got it open. They can now throw some utility in there, throw a frag potentially. I don't think they actually have frag grenades. 1v all now for Gamercheck. It's the last one left here, trying to make something happen, but will be denied that. A flawless round here will push Bloodwolves Lavish into overtime here. No, main team's still playing. We called Coolcats 12 now. Hell no. Let's count though. Sad that people couldn't see Coolcats Chaos in his prime. I just subbed for another Google's team. Okay, we now move on to overtime.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Razor wire going up. Deploying ADS.
Reinforcing wall.
Laser gate in position.
Bomb located by attackers.
Sentries ready and waiting.
Laser gate deployed.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds left.
Corner station positioned.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Station deployed.
Razor wire is deployed.
Sentry deployed.
Deploying ADS. Changing max. ADS deployed.
Reloading! Cover me!
AMP incoming.
Bomb located by attackers.
Flashbang out.
I'm out! Gotta reload!
Tactic trajectory. Activating Selma sequence. Loading your mag.
Shot drone go live!
Pardon the interruption, folks. Overtime now is on a random luck of the draw here. We see Thano and the rest of Bloodwolves, not Bloodwolves, pardon me, Beyond Reality, actually end up drawing defense. Clear time takes down Lavish GC, but obviously having lost Thano as well as Trippy. There Eagle going to get this frag there. And Eagle is down, might be looking for a trade here. Danny Boy's going to take the objective, will be picked off there by Kotam, and finally they're seeming to show some sort of resistance when it comes to losing the objective. Mesa's God will take down one, Ugly Eagle's getting that trade, confirming it really onto Ugly Eagle. Venom and Gamer took the last two left. Venom with 14 kills, Gamer with 8, Draco's with 3, and Mesa with 14. Mesa's looking to look for the plant now. He did take down Venom. It's really just a 1v1 here, considering that Draco's is down at post plant though now, as Mesa does stick the plant. I don't think he's going to be really trying for the res here on a Draco's, but too risky for that, considering where Gamer is, and considering where his teammate is. It's just not really worth the risk. He's just going to be waiting here. You know, Gamer needs to go out and get the kill. I think he's going to realize that since a Nitro out lowers Mesa severely. Mesa hears the default, the defuse, pardon me. I think he's gonna try and fake it. I'm not exactly sure. Low time and okay, wow. That's really embarrassing, I'd say. Beyond reality, he just faked it for a second and then completely stuck it, and Mesa believed it. And they turn themselves around, and they're now on to attack. And it's an overtime match point, and they are 4-2. Wow. Why? Why, Pojo? The Mav was Mesa. Stop spamming Crave. That's enough.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Bomb located by attackers.
So now, it's gonna be a kitchen hold here. The reason that I say that is because they are 1-on-1 on kitchen. Blood Wolves Lavish. They're at overtime match point, and they've been 1-on-1 on this site. Admittedly, there has been no better site for them. They are 1-2 on hookah and billiards, and they have dropped a big fat donut when it comes to winning rounds on Penthouse and Theater. So there is no better win percentage-wise site for them than this site. They're gonna have to win it, or they lose this map, and we're gonna be guaranteed a map 4. My type of play. .4v5 now as the Lavish GC takes him down 1. Gamer check died. Dano gets a double kill. He's taken the objective, actually. And it's a 4v2 now, as that's going to be Venom picking off Lavish GC. Mesa's trying to make something happen here. It's the last one left with the match on the line. Looks for a 15th kill. He'll get it, but denied any further. Killer Tom shuts him out. That's going to be the end of the map. 8-6 on map 2, Coastline. Beyond Reality prevails.
On my team. 4 turtles on my team, bro. Oh man. Can't say things I want to say. It's...
Bro, bro.
If all blue team came to the party chat, I would change some words.
Oh.
On to the next map, because we are really behind schedule. But technically now we're back on schedule. I mean, it's been 3 hours, so we're a map behind, technically. And GamerCheck just left. What is going on? No, Fojo, just no. Map score is, I believe, 1-1 here. Because the first map, I don't know the score exactly, but I am 95% confident that Blood Wolves Lavish picked up that first map. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have broken into the third map. We technically are past halfway. If you wanted to consider it that way, we might be at half here, and, you know, it's gonna be Villa. I don't know which team picked this. I have a feeling that it was Lavish. I've seen Lavish play this map plenty of times, at least in terms of results, and they seem to do fairly well. I've also seen Beyond Reality play this map a couple times, so I don't think this is a terribly weak map for either side. To sum up this series, map 1 was an absolute mess. It was a 4v5 the entire time, and we had to rehost because somebody left and then rejoined on the opposite team, which was really annoying.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs
Map
as
2,
they can.
a bit more organized. It was coastline, so unlike Clubhouse, which is the first map, it was more of a frag fest.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
And Beyond Reality just prevailed. They got more
Bomb
kills.
located by attackers.
They got a lot of early frags, which is what really helped them. And I think if they can continue that, then they will pick up a second map here. I almost said a third map. That would be very strange if they picked up a map 3 here, even though they probably lost that first map.
10 seconds left.
Now,
5 seconds to insertion.
this map, I don't feel like it's going to favor a specific team. It's going to favor the defense, though. So, tactically speaking, on account of Dracos and the rest of Lavish being on defense, this map should favor them. At least up until half. So, that means that they should have, they should at least go even at half. If they don't, they're in trouble. So that's the two sides of the sword. Two sides of the same coin. Is they should do well here in the first half. If they don't do well, they're screwed. Oddly enough, Lavish going to be playing rather aggressively. Kontan will punish Eagle for deciding to try and push him. And brings a man advantage to his team here. An early man advantage as well. Not even 40 seconds in, and he's already gotten a 5v4 situation for his team. So, you know, Lavish GC might be looking to actually swing that. Just put a bit of bullets down range. And lowers Mesa, who will immediately die courtesy of Trippy. What are they doing? Lavish GC does take down Killer Tom. Technically trades his teammate out, but I don't understand the purpose of lowering Mesa just for him to die. Why? Thana was still AFK, it seems. So it's really a 3v3 here. Obviously Thana is still, you know, in reserve in that sense. But it's basically a 3v3 here. Venom will slide forward here. He does have the diffuser, so he needs to be a bit cautious. But he will push forward into laundry. He needs to be cautious not only of the fact that there's the Rooney there of Lavish GC playing rather aggressively, I don't feel deservedly so. In Library, he also has to, pardon me, in Dining, he also has to worry about Draco's holding the other side of the objective, holding down Kitchen. And he'll likely be playing those footholds there, which is going to really make pushing, especially towards that laundry door, a bit dangerous here. So I think that might be a call for a sort of a turn in terms of where they push here. You can see Trippy going to be pushing instead into bike storage. Finds a completely unaware Danny and gets a double kill. As it's something just Draco's and Lavish GZ. Draco's still on the objective, but Lavish GZ also holding down the other side. I almost thought one of them was off-site. No, Draco's going to slow the bleeding here. He will take down one, but be traded by Gamer Jack. Gamer going to push in, looks for another kill, looks to close out this round. He looks to get the opening round. Will get it. Very quick succession of events there. And Beyond Reality takes the first round here. 1-0. Draco needs to lock in, yeah. He does. I mean, he's been playing hard support. Probably IGLing as well. I might be wrong on that. Just my guess is that the hard support's the IGL. He has been.
Attackers need to locate
Most likely.
and defuse as many bombs
On
as they
IGL as
can.
well as on hard support, but you're right, he needs to pitch in a bit more. You know, I don't think you were watching, but So, just to point this out, Beyond Reality, one of their players, Thano, is apparently eating dinner right now. And they still won a round against Blood Wolves Lavish. Admittedly, that is probably the easiest site for attackers to win. I don't know why they went there first. It didn't seem to be their strongest site.
5 seconds remaining.
Even though they weren't basically a 5v4. I'm gonna have to pause after this round because there was game chat glitch. But to your point, that was chaos speaking. To your point, at the end of the first half of Clubhouse, in a 5v4, Dracos had no kills. Before Killer Tom takes down Mason again. The man advantage, admittedly at the hands of the hard support of Killer Tom, will go the way of Beyond Reality. It seems a bit like they're playing with fire here, having the first player on entry, the person closest to the attacking, the defenders, the person closest to the objective, having that person be the hard support with the diffuser seems risky, but they are getting the opening pick off of it. So I guess whatever works, works. Frag ain't gonna go out there courtesy of Trippy. It's his second frag and his final frag there. Looking to actually pressure away Danny Boy. He will fall. He's still alive, but he needs to now rotate around, look for a flank potential. He's gonna start pushing up red stairs, however, has to worry about a air jab there set up by Venom to cover themselves in. Don't know why he didn't just try and impact that. I guess he probably would have given himself away. 4v3 now. Lavish takes down one. Gamer check out, will trade out. Now it's up to just Ugly Eagle and Danny Boy. Danny Boy gonna look to return to the objective, retake the site. Maybe Venom will fall at the hands of Ugly Eagle, but the plant almost stuck there by Killer Tom. You will fall back here. Danny Boy is down and out courtesy of Killer Tom, getting the double kill, and now it's up to just Ugly Eagle. Confirmed kill by Gamer check. 2-0 now for Beyond Reality as they look to continue this momentum that they've gained over the past map, swinging it through this map, bringing themselves to a 2-round advantage here on attack. Pojo, no.